No.
What's up, and welcome into the Funshop podcast with Greg and Ronnie. We're streaming to you live from Los Angeles, California. Just a reminder, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell button and comment, please, especially if you're listening to us from non-U.S. country, I guess. What's up, Greg? How you feeling today?
What's up, man? I'm good. We were at Merlin was looking for some water. That's not your water on the floor over there?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh no, it is. Where is it?
Yeah, it's right on the floor there. Just go grab it before it's your turn. You could take the headphones off.
We're trying to stay hydrated here on the Funshop with the.
I thought it was on the floor, wasn't it? Or did you pick it up?
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he was asking for water.
We're trying to put out a fire here.
As
We
soon
need
as
the
Ronnie
water.
said 5 seconds till we're live,
Sorry.
Merlin was like, "Where's the water?"
Yeah, it's okay.
How high is the water, Mama?
February 18th today, Wednesday, show number 33.
Yeah.
Did you say how you were feeling? You said you're doing all right.
Yeah. I'm doing fine.
I think I am good.
Yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to get a haircut tonight. I'm getting one on Friday, so it's it's like at that point where my beard's getting too long, and
Oh, okay.
so it's like I need that get that fresh, that shape up and the haircut and stuff.
Gotcha.
fresh guy
That's not till
Feeling fresh.
Friday, but yeah, I've actually just been so busy because I'm getting ready for the Rare Book Fair this
Coming
weekend.
this weekend,
in
that's right.
Pasadena. So yeah, and actually the show sold out. The Saturday is sold out, and the weekend passes are sold out. I think there might have been some passes for Sunday, but it might already be sold out. So it should be a fun weekend.
Yeah,
Where is it again?
Rare book collecting
it's
crowd.
is it the
Raymond Theater?
Raymond
Yeah, in
Theater,
Pasadena.
and then down
Okay,
the street
close.
is the Courtyard Marriott where I'll be.
Oh, you're staying there for the weekend?
No. Like there's
so close.
there's just two. I guess there's only a certain amount of vendors that could fit in the theater.
Oh, this is the overflow.
This is like the overflow.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So, it should be fun though. I mean, I'm getting ready. I'm just, I'm,
You're waiting till the
tagging
last
and
second.
bagging.
We're procrastinating. No, you're not procrastinating.
Well, I mean,
you got to go through a lot of stuff and
I'm just
decide
dealing.
what to bring.
It's just been a harder because I have I gotta so much to. So, but a lot of the stuff though is stuff that I've been holding on to with the show in mind.
Okay, gotcha.
So as I buy stuff, I'll put stuff kind of the side, oh, that would be good for the book fair. So I'm behind, but I'm getting to the point now where it's like I'm in a groove. I got pretty much everything pulled. Now I just have to write descriptions and price stuff.
Right.
So a lot of it's just even getting the stuff together, trying to figure out what you're going to bring.
Of course.
And I still feel like I'm probably not going to bring the best stuff, but I'm going to try.
Oh, you're gonna have some great stuff. People are gonna love to look at your stuff and spend money on it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
What
We're
kind of
thinking
books
positive.
do you bring, Greg?
I bring
Who's doing the interviewing here? What's going on?
No, you can you might as well put the three. You might as well put the three panel on.
I was gonna wait till the right time to introduce them, but our
Oh.
special guest this week is Mr. Merlin Collects. Wave Hot, yeah. Woo! Give him a little hand.
Yeah, Merlin.
Merlin, I would describe
That's a
him
nice
as
shirt. That is a good shirt to wear.
who's that? Davy Crockett?
Yes, that's Davy Crockett. That is my idol, Prince. I bought this 10 years ago. I got it the week he passed away and wore this at Coachella.
Okay.
2016.
All right.
But I loved it because he's pretty much naked, wearing a loincloth.
That's a great Prince
And
shirt.
thank you for wearing
I wear
that.
it all kinds of Prince. Every time I go see Purple Rain, I wear the shirt.
We're looking for more color on the show, so yeah, that's perfect.
So I sell. I have a lot of. I guess more like magazines and zines, and more paper items like handbills, booklets, things of that nature. So I think a few books I have that I'm bringing. I have a book by Morrissey that he wrote about James Dean.
Oh, yeah.
In 1983.
Oh, yes.
Remember that one?
Oh, yes.
So that's kind of a fun one I'm bringing, and I'm trying to think.
I heard
what else.
everybody's like been reading that book lately.
Have they?
Yeah, because I've actually had 2 friends that told me to read that book.
Oh,
They
interesting.
said that everybody's been reading it and doing posts about it,
Oh,
like
wow.
on IG and social media.
See, I didn't know I'm so on trend.
That book's gonna sell like hotcakes. I hope you got a bunch of them.
So that's kind of crazy that I'm hearing this like multiple times about this book.
So who is this guy? Who's this guy on the couch? Who is Merlin?
Oh, I'm Merlin Collects. I like to collect weird stuff. Greg's one. Y'all guys are 2 of my mentors over here, so that's why I'm on the show.
I think you're one of my mentors.
Oh,
for
thank
this
you,
stuff.
man.
Yeah.
But anyway, I started out, doing sports cards after the pandemic, and then I noticed that there was just too many dealers with sports cards and Kobe Bryant's and Jordans and things.
Never get enough of Kobe though.
You can't, no, but I'm just saying when you're like trying to make money and there's thousands of tables at the Dallas Card Show and stuff,
Yeah, right.
that I decided to bring a bunch of non-sports, and then I brought a lot of like slabbed, meaning graded cards of like Star Wars, Marvel, pro wrestling, celebrity cards, you name it.
Did you do Magic or sorry?
No,
Did you do
I
Magic
never
or
got the
Pokemon?
TCG, no.
Okay.
That's just, I mean, I know all about it, but it's
Right.
just too much. It's too overwhelming. But I wanted to concentrate on more like celebrity stuff. And since I, kind of work in the entertainment industry world, that I know a lot more about it. It's a little more in my wheelhouse. And that stuff started selling out. This is 2022. So I started going around with the great curator, going all over the country and the world, selling a lot of like, weird, non-sports pop, as we would call it, pop culture. And then if you didn't know, it kind of started the craze with the Star Wars Chrome Galaxy cars, the Series 1. Like I was buying those up in 22. And at the time, I was trying to sell them in LA, and nobody would give me the time of day with these cards. And I thought they were so like gorgeous, beautiful. And so I decided to get a lot of them graded. Like maybe if they're graded, people will notice them, but still didn't. Curator told me like, "Hey Merlin, come with me to Dallas. They'll love all that weird shit." And he's like, "Bring it because like nobody's buying it here." So I brought it there. The show there, if you don't know, starts on Thursday and goes to Sunday. And the first 2 days, I didn't sell one card. Okay, not one. And then he was worried like, God, Merlin's going to kill me. He's about, plane, hotel, everything, and he hasn't sold anything. He's going to kill me. But on Saturday when I started,
You killed him.
I killed him. Yes,
No, I'm just kidding.
yes, with a blunt instrument.
Just a joke.
But I ended up selling all the Star Wars, all the wrestling, all the Marvel, like
What?
just sold out. Like I didn't have anything left. I had like 4 cases, 1 table. Everything sold out. I went back to March again, sold everything.
Wow.
And then I also found when I was at Culture Collision in Atlanta in 22, this guy saw that I was selling a lot of Star Wars. He goes, "Oh, I have a card for you might like," because I could see you have a couple of that card in your display case, but he wouldn't tell me what it was. He goes, "Come to me right when you leave to go to the airport." So that Sunday, I was like, "Hey, I'm ready. What do you have?" And he pulled out this card, and it was the Chrome Galaxy Superfractor of Jedi a la Kurosawa. Are you familiar with that card? It's kind of like the.
You got me. I
kinda
thought I
like
liked
the-
Star Wars. I'm like, I
It's
don't
kind
know
of like
what
the
it is.
Akira Kurosawa like art piece.
Okay.
But it was with all the Jedis, and they're all like on
Oh,
the right
okay.
side, and you see like the rising sun on the
Cool,
left.
cool. Uh-huh.
And very Japanese
Yeah.
motif. And I bought that card from him for $500.
Oh.
And then I sold it to the curator at the next Dallas show for $5,000. Then he sold it to DAP Sports a few months later for $16,000. And each single time, this has become like the highest modern Star Wars card
Wow.
being sold. And then DAPS, if you check on YouTube or TikTok, that he just sold it a few months ago. Get this, for $100,000.
Wow. It's a wild time for non-sports.
It was.
Would it have cost so much if it didn't pass through your hands?
If I didn't find it, I feel like I was like the foster parent for it.
Right.
Because a lot of people also say, "Hey, are you mad that curator got 16 and the DAP's got 100?" Like, no, because it would have never gotten that expensive with me. Like I was imagine me getting it for $5. I was elated.
Yeah,
I was
right.
excited about that.
Yeah.
I've never sold something that expensive in my life before.
Yeah.
Because Dan saw that everybody was asking for it. They'd go, "I'll give you 4,000." I was like, "Nope, $5,000." And that was like my, I was diamond hands until $5,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then Dap started creating a story, and he started wearing it. Logan Paul did, where the chain at all the conventions at the national and everything. And then he finally let it go this past year.
Wow.
It is.
None of those chains are real gold, huh?
I don't think so.
Man, I would want a real gold one though.
Yeah. And then that's when I learned about haters and lovers. Like many people loved that I was helping the non-sports community, where the Star Wars card fanatics. That's when I started learning about trolls. I would get very mean messages and everything, because how dare you? Now you've made the all these cards inaccessible because now they're too expensive.
Whose fault is that really when the cards get expensive, right? It's like, it's like the buyer and the seller. It's like if other people can't buy it, well, tough luck.
Yeah. Well, they just wanted to be, I guess, inclusive in this world. And that's just the way it is sometimes. I mean, I learn,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something you learn. And anyway, I've just enjoyed going to shows. And I've even went to the London Card Show a year and a half ago. And it's a lot of fun. And you meet lots of people. And me being a film editor working in the closet all the time, that I loved going out and being around people and talking to people, and people come to your table or booth and sharing what they have. And, just the energy of people is just something you can't pass up. It's priceless to me. Just meeting people and talking to them, and they're like, "Merlin, look what I have." That's how I met you two. Right?
I think so. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, Greg, you met Merlin.
Do you want me
before
to? I'm letting you, because I was
No.
talking to him and then you
Oh, I'm
sort of
sorry.
interrupted.
I'm
and so
sorry.
I was kind of letting you, if you want to do the
No,
interview, you
good.
can.
No. Go,
you can do it.
Go for it. Go for it.
You sure?
Yeah. No, absolutely.
No,
I think so.
I don't want to.
No,
I mean,
I was
look, it
listening-
seemed like you were.
I was listening to
because we
Merlin.
were talking, and then you kind of were like, "Oh, what's about Merlin?" So I'm like,
okay, sorry.
It's okay.
If you want to just talk with him,
No,
then
because
that's fine.
We were talking about the rare books, and I thought we were going to jump in interviewing Merlin. So I thought
we
just,
are.
oh, okay.
It's just a conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I've kind of lost my mojo for the show.
No, you haven't.
all right.
You always got mojo, man.
My bad. I'm sorry.
And then
No,
Greg,
dude. I mean, if you want to
No,
talk with
I-
them, then do it. There's
I'm-
no
I'm-
there's not
I'm
like a
just-
format like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
it's
ju-
time to interview
No,
Merlin.
not
I mean,
at
it's just
all.
a conversation.
I'm just
so
trying to be more proactive, jumping
so
in.
do whatever
No,
you
it's
want. But we
okay.
got to talk about it if
Yeah,
you
go
want to.
ahead.
I mean,
Go ahead.
because I don't know what to say now.
It's all right.
and then I met Greg, and he showed me like
Yeah,
his
talk about how
wild
you guys.
world
Where'd you
of
guys meet?
collectibles.
Talk about
and
where you guys met.
I love all the weird stuff.
Yeah, he likes weird stuff.
I
like
do. I
weird
love
stuff.
it. And I'm like, this guy, like, I bow down to him. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he showed me all his like AMG stuff, all his music media stuff slabbed and everything in here. And I'm just like, man, this is like, I feel like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Yep. Kid in a candy store.
I do.
Go ahead, Ron. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just a little like I can't. I like lost my.
Train of thought.
I lost my vibe. Yeah. Yeah. So we met at the collector show, right in Vegas.
Is that the MGM one?
That was yeah, I think so. I think it was like the Mint
Collectibles? Yeah.
Mint collectibles. And you were, yeah, I think, yeah, you were selling some stuff.
I probably had like the Kim Kardashian auto at the time.
Yeah.
Some other Star Wars
yeah.
stuff. And so it's just really cool because I just like to always like find the new things, or I go out there and I'm always searching like, okay, is there a card, or like I call, you asked me, Ronnie, like what's a rookie card? Like the rookie card of say, Scarlett Johansson or whatever, or your card like Black Sabbath, right? You had a Black Sabbath card from
Yeah.
1970, 71.
Yeah.
And so I would always refer to that as like their first card, their rookie card. So I always like to find like in the pop culture world, what is their first year or AKA rookie card. So I'm always like trying to find something. Like I'm trying to find like Timothy Chalamet's first card, right? And I think that's in the Dune cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and just things like that. And Greg will also, you know, he'll show me things too that I've never seen before. And I think that's like, you know, pretty cool.
I'm curious if there's a Interstellar card because that might.
Oh,
be
that's
a
right,
rookie,
because he was like the sun,
yeah.
right? Oh, man.
Yeah, maybe I would check that too. Or there might be stuff before then.
Greg,
too.
is there?
I don't think so. I don't think there's been any Interstellar stuff.
I always have to wind up checking their IMDb's. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was your William Shatner photo. I was asking because like the rookie cards I'm a little bit more familiar with now, but it was the Type 1 photos. I didn't know like there was still like, you know, kind of rookie
Right.
classification for that. But you're telling me like the first episode of Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, if people just had it right here, it's like this is like the William Shatner. It's a Type 1 photo, and that means if it's made within 2 years from the original negative. And this is a Type 1 of Captain Kirk, William Shatner, 1966. That's the first year, right, Greg?
I believe so, yeah.
And he autographed that. When he autographed that, I have no earthly clue. I mean, it looks like it's on a blue Sharpie.
Yeah.
So I don't know
it's
if blue
probably not in the
Sharpies
60s.
existed in 66. Did they?
No, it probably would have been like ballpoint pen if it was back then.
Yeah, and that looks much nicer than ballpoint pen, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But you see all the DNA on the back.
Yeah.
And
that's tell.
And I've also bonded with Greg, you know, doing Type 1 photos as well. And I'm always, you know, like he shows me some weird stuff like Andy Warhol or all kinds of weird things like Einstein and everything. So I just like everything all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, well. Ronnie, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm listening to what he's got. No, I was interested in the photos. You go ahead.
And then I have
Well, just put the camera on. You could just do some show and you could do some show and tell if you want.
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I have this one here. This is Joan Rivers of her very first show. I think it was called The Late Show. And this is with Pee Wee Herman, David Lee Roth, and Elton John.
Glasses. Wow, I can't even tell it's Elton John.
So imagine being in that room, hearing that conversation. And I just like, you know, weird stuff. I don't know if this will sell big or not. It's probably not worth like anything, but it's pretty cool. And it's from Fox. So I usually like find things like that. I found like Bob Marley, the atomic bomb, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan's, you know, things. I found like a Jordan where he slam dunked once, and I paid like $10 for it, and I didn't even know what I bought. And then I sent it to PSA to get authenticated, and it came back at Type 1. And then I'm selling that on like golden auctions for like 10 grand.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, you found things like that too, right?
Yeah, I've done. I don't think I ever sold a Type 1 for 10 grand, but
What was the most?
most on a Type 1. I don't know. Probably maybe 1,000. I think. I think I always missed when you know, I sort of missed that. You know, I had some Type 1s in Heritage that I thought would sell for a good amount, and
Yeah.
then they didn't really, and then other ones would sort of go up. I think that was a weird time for Type 1 because generally most people that were slabbing Type 1s, it was like sports stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it was actually Simeon. He was like the one who first sort of turned me on to doing like other photos because I was like, oh, you know, that's interesting because to me, you know, I really liked snapshot. I like snapshots and like Polaroids and stuff. So to me, that was cooler to get slab because they were one of a kind. You know, where I think sometimes what ended up happening was it just got oversaturated because you know, people were. I just don't think the people that were collecting photos were necessarily gonna pay more for a Type 1.
True.
You know, so.
I mean, you've had like Marilyn Monroe's and everything.
Yeah, I've had a bunch. I mean, I think I was telling you I have a bunch of stuff coming up in Heritage in June. I haven't sold a lot of Type 1s. I mean, I still sell them on my like eBay site, but I haven't been sending them off because it just got so expensive. They started changing the grading scale to be based on the value rather than the which they at the beginning it was this, they were kind of arbitrary using the same price of a signature.
Oh wow.
So
Now is like the book hobby world is it almost the same as like cards and collectibles in my world?
no, with like in what way do you mean?
I mean, do you still have to go to the same thing, like the same process, like the same
No,
structure?
they don't. They actually, most of those people, they don't like PSA.
You don't have your book slab, do you?
No, I think they, I mean, I think it's more based on like reputation and, like your history of what you're doing, for like, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, yeah, it's totally different. It's like a different scene, but I mean, you could still buy, I mean, essentially, I mean, people do have photos for sale, but they wouldn't necessarily grade them as a type 1. I mean,
Right.
like you might say a first generation, or they might, I think that world's like more apt to sell stuff that's, historical, or like in the sense of a photograph. The subject would matter, but I think more importantly, it'd be like the photographer or something,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's like a signed photo by, by somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Because you have like that Morrissey one. So is that like a first edition?
Which one is that?
The Morrissey book about James.
Yeah,
Dean?
it's like a first edition. I don't think they made another edition of that. I think it came out in like 83.
Wow.
And I don't think they made another edition. I mean, it wasn't mass produced, but it wasn't that big, wasn't that but it's still a pretty, it's fairly scarce and desirable.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
So they have like big books there, almost like Pokemon, like that Logan Paul card. Like, is there like equivalents of that?
You can sit back, just move the mic closer.
Okay.
no, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I guess it is about. I mean, in any sort of market, there's things that are, more desirable at the time than than other things. But I wouldn't say so much that it's like a spectacle or anything.
Right.
It's it's sort of, it's different worlds, as far as like, trading cards or something, but yeah, I don't know.
You don't have people going around trying to flip a book.
No, I mean,
They go to your
I
table.
flipped something. I mean, the last book fair I did, I bought something, when I started the show, and I ended up selling it at the show. I mean, there is like, I mean, I'd say at the book fairs, but yeah, I mean, a lot of, I think just like, a card show, I mean, maybe less so, but at a, a lot of it's dealer to dealer transactions.
Gotcha.
Which I guess is similar to a card show too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're selling to a lot of dealers and things, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's like, though, they have to make some money, though, to buy back from you. So hopefully they sell something at the show.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a thing. I mean, there's kind of an implied like 20% dealer's discount, but it's yeah, it's a different scene, but I don't know. It's yeah. I'm not sure, but
I'm still trying to figure out, like, for the type 1 photos, you said like two years after the negative. Is the year printed on the negative, or like it expressly says?
Yeah, like a lot of times we'll see like
with
this one right here. That's why they need like the DNA. And every now and then, I'm sure Greg will tell you too, like it could be clean on the back and you may think it's not real, but somehow PSA knows it's authentic. But when you do have date stamps or stickers on there, that's called, they consider that the DNA. So the more crap on the back of the picture, that's why they don't give it a numerical grade. They just authenticate it, because the more editor notes and stuff, the more that helps the authenticators. So this one says 1986 and they're able to put that specific date on there. On this one, like this Captain Kirk, even though I know that's 1966 because that's where the photo was taken, this image was, they put 1960 circa. They do that a lot, correct, Greg? Mm-hmm. Because I guess this one didn't have a date stamp on the DNA. But I mean, I'll have some stuff like my atomic bomb didn't have a date on it, but they knew that it was 1946. And I'm like, wow, how did they know that kind of stuff? That's kind of interesting. I would love to go there and watch them authenticate pictures one day. Greg, have you ever seen them do that, or do you know how it's done?
No, I've never seen it, but I mean, I do know that they have, they have multiple examples of photo paper.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of the dating comes from, knowing the paper.
The photo stock?
The photo stock and stuff. So, yeah, like I said, I think it's more so, I think initially it was the sports stuff because I think that stuff is kind of harder to find.
I think it started with like people trying to find like the original photos of the sports cards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like trying to find the 52 Mantle photo or a Lou Gehrig or a Ty Cobb or something.
Right, yeah. Basically, yeah, that's kind of what was going on then.
Would the cards take the photos from the negatives or from the Type 1 photo?
I think the Type 1 photo. Right, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, it would depend on the situation.
Yeah.
But
I think that's what they do. And then they just kind of give exposure to it.
Yeah.
And then now Greg and I bombard them with crazy non-sports photos.
Yeah. I haven't been sending as much just because
not like I used to. Same here.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. And I think, it's, I don't know. It's not like, it's not so easy to sell.
No, it's not. And it's pretty heavy and bulky.
Yeah. And so I think you have to kind of have to like separate like what, like there's certain photos, like, for instance, like, I think there's certain photos you can slab, obviously with an autograph. I think it's important, but I just think that it's not so important maybe for, I just think you got to think about the people that are collecting and if they're going to care if it's a Type 1 or not. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it really kind of like goes into that situation. So
I agree. And it's just like I said, I have to throw a few of these in the suitcase and the weight adds up.
Yeah.
Everything. Unless
as far as like a show.
Unless you have like snapshots. Like I've had ones that were like, you may have had them too, of like Three's Company and the Love Boat where they did the Polaroid test shots. Mm-hmm. But it's the same one that you saw like in TV Guide, but you just saw the Polaroid version of it.
Yeah.
And those were really cool.
Yeah. Those are cool.
And they're like, I've had some snapshots of like Nirvana, and they're pretty much like the size. The slab is like the size of a graded card.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I don't know how much it's caught on. I mean, even for myself, I'm not so. I'm sort of like wondering, like, at what point is it worth, is it worth slabbing? Because like to me, I don't know. I just got like kind of mad at PSA when they started upcharging for the prices because, there's like kind of this delicate line always of, should something be slabbed or not, right?
I know, right?
And so I think with, when it comes to like PSA basically trying to be like, well, we're going to charge more money because we know people are going to pay more money. It's almost like makes me be like, well, I don't want to play the game.
Exactly. And then I don't like the fact that no matter what the size of the photo, it's the same price for the service.
Yeah. So I'm kind of like, for me, it's like I'm a little like not anti-grading, but kind of like I don't see the point of giving these guys any more business if it's not directly making you money instantly. That's why it's almost like, for instance, if I'm going to send something off to auction, I'll just have the auction house do it if they want to sell it, because then it's like all those guys can like play their game.
Good
you
advice.
know?
Was
Good
PSA
advice.
the only one? Is PSA the
Yeah.
only one grading those?
Yeah, they almost all used to do it at one point, but I guess it just didn't. They weren't getting the business.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it really like, I think there's certain things that look cool, but it really, it comes down to, I think, to me, to like, is it going to add value?
Right.
And I think in most cases with photos, but I think it's the same for a lot of things. I think, video games were kind of an exception. They are an exception, but I think with like music and like AMG, like they're like the kind of like final standing guys that are doing it, but I don't know like what the longevity is of it. You're really gonna have to get more of, it's really, I think some of these things, it's like really it's about getting like modern collectors excited about it.
They're right.
You know what I mean? And so, like time will tell, but I mean, AMG was like kind of the only one that could survive.
Right. But and they have to go to a lot of record conventions, just like you go to these book conventions.
Mm-hmm.
But like to try to get it, I tried really hard to get it into the card hobby world, the trading cards, and it's a little tougher. Unless you meet guys who are just like us who collect all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But I did have a few people would come and submit to me at these card shows for
Right.
like music, mostly CDs. But man, like I submitted for them at one of the West Coast shows, and I had about 10 people come and submit almost 500 records, and almost every record was fire.
Wow, they were all sealed?
No, they were like all autographed, like Black Sabbath autographs, like Queen, Day at the Races autograph, Freddie Mercury, Hotel California signed by the Eagles. And it was just me holding this stuff. And I started having like basically a panic attack. And I was called the CFO, like, man, someone needs to come here right away, because I was you thought I was going to get 5 or 6 submissions at this show. And I've got 500 records sitting here now at my table, and they're all like so expensive. And I'm worried, like I don't know what to do with all these. And so the CFO, luckily lives in San Francisco, and he flew down to Anaheim and met me. And then I helped him package it all up so he could FedEx it out to their office in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I did not want to be liable, stolen or damaged or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it was some good stuff, man.
I was telling Greg, I forgot what the other day I was excited because AMG finally got a pop report on the website. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, go and do some research and find those pop ones. It's pretty fun.
Do you submit too, Ronnie?
I just that one time with you.
Right.
I need
See,
to.
there you go.
Yeah, I had brought stuff. Where were we to? Was that Front Row where we went to last time? Saw you like a couple of weeks ago in Pasadena.
What'd you submit?
No, I brought some stuff
okay.
in case you were accepting submissions, but we weren't as lucky this time.
Oh yeah, because I just wasn't. I was just getting tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, I think we had both brought some cassettes the first time, or he had an 8-track, I think.
Just like Greg says with the photos, I think it got so popular that it was taking months for them to come back. And I was like, man, like already I've got some photos there, and it's already 2.5 months.
Yeah.
And they're still there. And like you say, you have to pay, I think it averages about $120 a photo.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So you've got to at least price
it's that
it.
much?
Yeah. So you've got to at least price it of the price you paid for that photo, plus the $120 service and slab charge for that. And a lot of times you may just get like Greg and I've sent stuff to auction before, like in Heritage or Golden or whatever, and it may go for $20, and that's a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my gosh, like someone got that for a still, man, and you're just like, oh, why did I ever do that? Here is something like worth so much, and nobody knows, and no one bid it on it. It's terrible. And then you meet the person at the convention. They're like, Merlin, I bought that photo from you off Golden for $20. I'm like, can I buy it back from you? Yeah, so it's a gamble for sure. But they're beautiful photos though, and they have so much story to them. And then you're just like, oh well, is this the way c'est la vie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now I've just been like collecting like cards and doing pop music and pro wrestling and everything like that.
Yeah. That's cool. I don't know. Ronnie want to do the interview, so I'm letting Ronnie do it.
No, you do it too.
I can't though. I'm like I'm not. I mean, you guys should just do it because I mean I had
check back in. It's okay. It's
just
all
like
right.
a flow. I don't know. It's just like a flow. It's just I'm not.
We'll pick it up.
This is all boring to me.
It's okay.
I know, but it's like just
it's okay, man.
It's just like we gotta just follow like a routine, man. It's if you want to like take the reins, then do it, but don't like do it on the show because it's like it's like for me, it's a conversation. It's not like, hey Merlin, what do you do? It's like I don't want to talk about shit that like nobody knows what we're talking about. Like I wanted to talk about like him. I wanted to talk about like what's going on. And if you want to just ask him questions about Type 1 photos, then do that. But it's like I feel like that to me that's like we've talked about that multiple times. So it's like if you feel like you're not getting through, if you want to talk more, then talk more. But like go ahead.
Well, I like that.
Gotcha.
Let's use this as a positive. I like what Greg just asked here. So let's do that then. Let's go back to where we were.
That's what I'm saying.
I would love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I just need to get back in.
Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Use this as a silver lining, man. Use a silver lining.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Because let's talk about like we all saw Logan Paul sell that Pokemon illustrator for $16.5 million.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of goes. I mean, it's basically like your story with the Star Wars card.
Exactly.
I mean, that card to me, it's a hard one to really get excited about. I think ultimately, a card selling for a lot of money is good for the hobby. I mean, it does have like, I guess, a sense of a trickle down thing. Mm-hmm. But I also think it's a little, I don't know. I'm like torn because I like the fact that it sold for a lot, but then, the card has a lot of, like the history of the card isn't solid.
Right.
And again, I don't know how much of it's true, but it's like, people say the card was an 8, that it graded an 8 2 times. I mean, if you look at the card, it definitely doesn't look like a 10. I mean, there's a tag 10 that people kind of show as like an example. It was part of that whole like liquid marketplace where it was like fractionalized and then it was taken off and then supposedly people were compensated, other people saying they weren't.
So what do you mean they had like shares?
Yeah, so originally the card was part of a like that liquid marketplace, which was kind of like even when we met, that was when that company Collectible had started, which was like a fractional collectible house that I think it was like kind of came up during the NFT craze, right? It's just like everybody wanted to like this like fractional ownership, tokenized, whatever. And
I got on one of those apps once around that pandemic.
Yeah. So it's interesting because I saw, there was like this, Golden got on a thing last night, was like talking about it and basically saying, like, oh, our parent company is eBay. Like, why would we sell a card if it didn't have, if it wasn't like solid and stuff? So, I think right now where it is now is like, right, like people are like, okay, maybe whatever was done like is legal, but how is it like ethically, right? And I think that's where it kind of sort of gets it for me, as I'm just like, you know, there's so much behind this card, and then using it as a kind of like a pillar of the like trading card world, like saying like, oh, this is the most expensive trading card of all time. But it's only because of the story that's built around it. And then you don't even know how many, I mean, I'm not even trying to make a conspiracy, but then it's like, well, how many people actually really care? Because like there was this other sort of thing where he was like, you know, breaking down, he was like, oh, there was 19 different bidders. And there was a bidder that was like, you know, there was a corporation that was a bidder at like 15, you know, in the 15 million range and stuff. So it's this weird, like kind of market manipulation, right? Where, you know, it becomes this thing that you're supposed to be like, okay, great. But you also know that it's like something doesn't seem right, you know? And then it was resubmitted to PSA as part of this saying that, you know, it was graded a 10. But then, you know, if you watched like this season of like King of Collectibles, you also know that when they found that you know, T206 Wagner they have up, you know, he was able to get PSA to keep it off the registry until the show aired. Oh. So then it's like all of a sudden it's like, and look, again, I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but it is convenient how you're literally admitting that you have some sort of like deal with PSA to not post the pop report. Like why should that be allowed? You know what I'm saying? Like that is essentially, I mean, more or less like you're basically admitting like, oh yeah, we manipulated the market because we didn't want anyone to know that this Wagner was around until this show, you know, but theoretically, I mean, it could have affected an auction if there was another Wagner going for sale, you know? So I think in some ways it's a big win for the hobby. I mean, you know, you got Mr. Wonderful talking about how, you know, this is an asset class, you know, collectible market now for trading cards. And, you know, when that happens, I mean, the sky's the limit. You know, I mean, look at the art world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's when you start throwing numbers around like, you know, these are like art world numbers, like 16 million, you know, then the next card is going to sell for 25 million and the next card is going to sell for 50 million. And it's all going to be based around like some story.
But I think having it celebrity status helped a lot too. Like,
oh yeah.
This is the card that Logan Paul had. You know
well, I mean, that's I guess the thing is like you actually have to care about that, and I guess a lot of people do care, so that gets into it too. So when you're looking at like what makes something valuable, you know,
Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask if it was feasible for like a kid that pulls it out of a blind, you know, a pack to get numbers like that.
Like
right?
Merlin Collects would not get that card.
Right.
If I owned that card, it would never go for 16.5. I mean, let's be real here, right? I'd be lucky to get $1 million or $2 million for it. I don't know how many are in existence, like 4 or 5.
I don't know. I think there's more than that. I think, but they do exist, and I mean, they're not. It's not like a Honus Wagner. You know what I mean?
But I think it kind of meant, yeah, nothing's a Honus Wagner.
Well, I mean, in the sense that no, but I mean, well, I guess anything is right. Like if you had like, I mean, if what's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer owned a 1952 Topps. Would that be the Dahmer Topps? Like, would it be worth more or less? You know what I mean?
I'm sure they would put that in the caption.
I'm sure Golden would sell it. Yeah. He would sell Jeffrey Dahmer's 1952 Topps with no shame at all.
Yeah. with the buyer's premium.
Found in the basement next to a 50-year-old boy.
We went into the crawl. We had to stop. I had to fly to Milwaukee to go to the crawl space to find the 52 Dahmer mantle. Nobody knew it was down there. Yeah, like one of the kids he ate had it in its pocket or something.
Yeah, the more vehicles you have to sell,
But I'm
this,
saying
the better it is.
that's how ridiculous it is. You know what I mean? Like, who fucking cares that Logan? And the thing is, like I said, it's all part of like this. It's like
The hype.
but it's also like part of a very shady past. You know, that was also around the time with the whole like, you know, GI Joe and the Pokemon case. I mean, that thing was supposed.
That's a few years
that
ago,
thing was
yeah.
supposed to stay on, according
And
to
that
what
was
I've
Logan Paul too, right?
yeah, and according to what I heard, that was supposed to stay on Liquid Marketplace. But I don't know if somebody got cold feet or like what happened, or if it was just like they I think what was happening was I think somebody wanted to just be like, hey, yeah, let's put this sealed case of Pokemon, and I think Logan Paul was like, no, I want to open it, and I think he let all the snakes out of a can, whether it was on purpose or not, who knows? I mean, that's for like, you know, whoever to know
Yeah,
and to
we
decide.
still don't have a
Like
an
that's the
answer to
thing,
it,
man,
do we?
and that's the thing that kind of bothers me about this. You know, like I said, it really helps. I mean, like it helps a brand like Gas, right? Because like that's what we created was, you know, that, and that's kind of how we met, was because, you know, around the same time that I was getting back into cards and sort of doing the same thing you were, looking for rookies that appeared, you know, whether in like music sets or entertainment sets, and then like, you know, when I started going to card shows again, I was like, I'm not really like into like modern cards, you know?
I can tell.
And but then when I saw your booth, I was like, oh, this is cool, because like it's somebody who I feel like kind of gets where like collects the stuff that I'm interested in and stuff. But so I think in all honesty, obviously, like trading cards, like I mean, you told me this weekend, I didn't even realize that they have they have separate shows now for both.
It just started.
Yeah.
Like, so this past weekend, Ronnie, that this was just sports. Like West Coast Card Show just did 2 shows per year until this year, 2026. So the first show would be in February in Ontario, California, and then their second show would be in August at the Anaheim Convention Center. And it was, you know, all mixed matched, and they sold out tables within seconds. But the Ontario size of the Ontario Convention Center is a lot smaller than Anaheim Convention Center. So they decided to split the Ontario. They got a contract with Ontario to split it in 2 and do the second show in May, but have that all TCG and non-sports. Since the Pokemon One Piece world has gotten so crazy big, and as you notice when you go to like the Front Row show or other shows here in Southern California, 80% of the tables are TCG, correct?
Yeah, that's what I've
And
seen.
so for me, though, it kind of helps, because what I tried to do then is sell more like contemporary non-sport stuff, especially my music and everything. That's more, and that's what like the Gas, you know, helps me a lot, because it's a lot more contemporary artist or contemporary stars. Like I'm not going to sell something that I'm not going to sell a Ray Liotta card, even though he's dead and he's on the Pop Century, or Morgan Fairchild, who I think she just passed, didn't she not? I think so.
Maybe.
And
Are we
but
talking about the past week or?
I think like yesterday or today.
No way.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
someone
I think that's news if
Yeah.
I heard it.
And but I'm not going to sell that at a Pokemon show, right? So I need a Zendaya, or I need Taylor Swift. I need I don't think they have one of Sydney Sweeney yet, but but people like that, right?
Yeah.
To
That's
to
kind of
counter the kids.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of, like I was telling you this
K-pop
kind of the
stuff.
story of Gas earlier, like that's why originally, Simeon and I will say, I'm a minority owner. I have nothing to do with the day to day. So if Merlin's pulling shit, I have nothing to do with it. Just for the record.
I'm just getting lucky.
You're just lucky. But yeah, I mean, that was like the reason why we initially did the deal with like.
I think it's brilliant
because we knew that we could only have we knew that we could only go so far. And when I got back into cards in 2016, like I was really surprised like that it was just really still Topps and Panini, and I was like, I'm surprised that no one was doing anything else. And I think early on we were like, okay, we want to start Gas, but we want it to be an actual like. Try to compete in the market, at least with like entertainment pop culture cards, And so, we had to sacrifice a lot for that, I think. But now we're at a point where, when I say that, it's like, because we were also talking about, you brought the, do you want to show the card? The Elon, your slabbed Elon Donald
Yeah, because
card.
y'all started doing like more like obscure celebrities and then politics cards, because I guess everybody has the rights to public figures like that. Is that true?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, we would license the photos, which is like the most important part of it. That's a secret.
Okay.
It's not really a secret. I mean, it's just obvious. Like you can't use a photo without permission.
I like more of the
regardless. So how did you get the politics rights? The like politicians, especially like.
Well, that's
Trump,
politicians
Trump
they're public figures, so
Right.
I mean, there's not really much that they have. They can,
So I started like once y'all started going like more mainstream, especially with all the pop culture and the music. I started buying them like crazy because like the M&Ms were the first ones y'all released, correct?
Yeah.
In that complex world, and I bought a bunch, sold them in a heartbeat, sent a few in the PSA, got them slabbed right away, 9s and 10s, and they wouldn't last a day in my thing. And then I had the like the Dre Tupac ones, or no, was it Dre Tupac or Dre Snoop Dogg?
Dre Snoop,
But there
yeah.
was Tupac ones too.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was, yeah.
And those, oh my goodness, like I couldn't keep them.
people love the gangsta shit.
And I would call Greg up, like, Greg, do you have more? And he's like, no, man, that was it. Because it would all be sold out online.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, y'all are onto something. Like, oh man, I'm onto something too. So from then on, Greg would be like, before I started getting the flashes, like, oh, like one's coming up soon. You're going to be happy about this one. And I would get it. It would be like Billie Eilish. And I'm like,
well, that's
oh my
like when I
gosh.
originally met you. It was like, I mean, we became friends, because of it. But, I always thought, I was like, man, I want Merlin to be selling gas cards, which is kind of how it be, but it wasn't because I introduced you, we were like becoming friends and stuff. But I think you also realized at a certain point, you were like, yeah, like these, but you've kind of been on that, like you were on to like Piggy Bank and all those other guys.
Yeah. I still have a lot of piggy bank stuff too.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody wants my piggy banks.
Yeah.
And those are like hot. I mean, I still have like a Wimby. I've got like.
Why do you think a guy like Piggy Banks is so hot still?
Well, he was able to market properly, obviously, and the artwork was pretty good. And I guess that kind of world, the digital world, as you would say, got hotter and hotter, and that's pretty much digital art, correct?
Yeah.
And then you start seeing the followers. I mean, I've heard that that's always happened. They've always had card artists, right? And then there's sketch cards, which they do the sketches, on a real card, a physical artwork. Whereas this is digital.
But that's been going on
print.
for a while, the sketch cards. Do you think people just started to catch on to that idea more recently?
Yeah, I mean, when I first met one of the guys from Piggy Banks, also in 22, he gave me a couple of his cards. Then I think it was like Air Force One. It was like Darth Vader wearing, Air Jordans or whatever they were. And I had like two of them. And at one point last year and a half ago, I sold one for $2,000. And then I was like, oh my God, at that time, that was the most expensive one sold. One of his original Black Label ones. And I was so happy about selling one of the ones, because I feel also kind of guilty because he gave it to me for free, But I wanted some money to have for our Europe trip to go to London Card Show. So I was ecstatic, and I sold it to a Piggy Banks enthusiast collector. And then when I come home, I noticed two people put one of the same cards I sold for that $2,000 on auction on eBay. One sells for $58,000, and another one sells for $99,000.
Good Lord.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I was like, oh my God, if I had just waited 2 more months.
Yeah.
But oh well, that's like I said, just like my superfractor.
But it's again, it goes back to sort of like, I think it's more. It's like, I think with Piggy Banks. I mean, I don't know. I mean, some of their cards look cool, right? I never had any, but I mean, I think like you said, I think the brand. It's about marketing. It's about the hype.
The
It's
packaging.
brown. Yeah, it's just like, why are cards in a PSA slab worth more than the other graded companies, right?
Well, I mean, again, it's marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why, like, say, this, so like this card, like I have it for like $500, but if it was in a CGC slab and the same grade or even at 10, I probably wouldn't even be able to sell it for $100.
Yeah. See, I think,
Is that big of a difference?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
Just the mark. Yeah. Market.
Well, why don't you crack it out and send it to PSA once you find you have a good grade?
Yeah. I don't know. I like
it's what a lot of people
CGC.
do.
I want to send more stuff there.
Yeah, me too. I bet they're great because they slab a lot of weird stuff I have that
Yeah.
PSA won't slab, like non-licensed stuff or cards from a convention or something that's signed there or some on card. But in a lot of like indie wrestling cards I have, like the indie shows.
But like going back to the art cards, like
Yeah.
Piggy Banks is like really the only one that took off, right? Like I remember you were
No,
doing.
there's other people doing pretty well, like Case Hitman, Sugar Addicts does really well. He's got really good art and good product. Case Hitman has like brought their game up, and they have a huge following in the Asian market.
And it's still very much, is it still the same kind of concept where you have to like be part of the list and like you can't,
kinda.
It's not really open to the public per se. I mean, it is, but you kind of have to become like, cause you're not supposed to sell any of it. Like if you get caught selling, you get cut off.
Yeah.
From
And they're
future
they're all
stuff.
ones of ones. And then you make about 10 to 20 variations of that same card, like a gold one or a cracked ice or a platinum. And then sometimes they change the labels on them, and like a black label on it is worth more than a white label. It's just
but
weird.
essentially you have people paying, tens of thousands or even hundreds of $1,000s of cards that can never be, that PSA will never grade.
No, but you don't need these. That's art. You don't need a slab art.
Yeah.
It's already.
No, but I'm
plus
just
it's already
saying. I'm
slabbed.
just saying it's interesting. So
Yeah.
you don't really, but then you wouldn't really. I mean, to me, all cards are art in a way.
Yeah.
It's like you really don't need PSA to validate it unless you give it its value. Is that what I'm saying?
No, but they're all like originals, just like art is. It's all originals, right?
Right.
Not each one's the same.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it unique. But the thing is, these guys have to be more popular, I guess, in the pop art world or the street art world.
But I think a lot of it
They need
comes,
that cred.
Yeah, but I think it comes from like also the scarcity, right? It comes from the idea of
that scarcity and demand, right?
Yeah.
So now you've got people like Steve Aoki, who's buying like his like 18 by 24s for like 10 grand. And he does the comic book versions now too. And those sell.
What, piggy banks?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know anything about
So
that.
the thing was, like, they all started at like, he started selling them like $100, $200. They went to 100, then 200, then 250, then 400. And then now they've kind of settled, plateaued at $750 for a regular sized trading card with the phantom display case in it and everything. But now he started making comic book size ones with the comic book slab and everything as well. And pretty much recycling all his old artwork, right? So he's putting that on a comic book size and now selling those for $2,500. And he also has 18 by 24s that you hang on the wall, and those sell for $10,000. And you can't really flip those. Those are for people who have got the money. But if say Drake and Steve Aoki are buying these things and they're posting them, they're getting tagged. Now everybody wants in on the game. Is that how it works, right?
So how many other guys sort of popped up after? I mean, have there been similar
lot.
brands
Yeah,
that have been
I've
tried and
interviewed almost
failed?
all of them.
How many of them are still around?
There's probably like 10 to 20 that I know of right now, and probably even more than that.
Yeah, that are consistently selling out. And...
Yeah, because I'm always seeing like the notifications, like they either have like group chats on IG or Discord. A lot of them use Discord.
Yeah.
And you just see people always who don't have a life and they're on there 24/7. You see them chatting up. You're like, do they ever go to work? Do they ever spend time with their families?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're waiting for the drop. And I was into that. And I was like, man, I am not going to sit here all day waiting for the drop. in Discord. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's like the value. It's like the value almost comes from the fact of like people who don't want to spend all that time, in the community. They almost want to be like, oh, I'm just gonna wait till someone gets disgruntled and sells all their stuff, or the flipper who gets in and is able to get it out.
Yeah, like I've gotten lucky a few times because Piggy Banks will also do like a raffle. So you enter the raffle, and then you have to put in your credit card.
Right. So
and
you
then
get
if you win the
yeah.
raffle, you'll automatically get you purchase it automatically.
Right. Yeah.
And in the past year and a half, I've probably won 4 Piggy Banks cards.
Yeah.
And one of them I won was a huge like Astro Boy statue. I think what you call it, like a but it's just like the mold of it.
Uh-huh.
What do you call those? Like, it was about that big, about 3 feet high.
Like it was just like a sculpture.
Yeah, but it's just a gray mold of him, but it came in a big box,
Like an unpainted or something, like a test shot or something.
What do you call? Oh, I can't think right now. And then he holds on to it, and then there's actually an Astro Boy Piggy Banks card with like the boots of Astro Boy boots that's used as a docking area, and then Astro Boy's holding it with his hand. So it's a whole like installation. And I won that in the lottery. Guess how much I paid for that? That was $2,500.
But you still have it.
I still have it. Yeah, I'm holding on to it.
What do you think you could sell it for now if you wanted to?
I don't know.
50 grand?
Oh, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I would sell it right away.
Don't say that.
I should put that on Golden.
Do it. See if he'll pick it up.
So anyway, here is the we're talking about, because the thing was, I had this card raw, and like most people, when they saw these cards, especially your cards from Gas, things like this, they think it's a custom card, right? Which isn't even like an art card. They just think it's like some custom that I bought like 100 of them for like $10.
Yeah, I mean, you can go on eBay now, and people are selling custom cards all day.
So that's why things like this, I like to slab to show people that they're real. And luckily, PSA graded these.
Yeah.
And it got a 9, and you only made 25 of these. Can you show it right now? This is Donald Trump and Elon. This is a parody of the 70s classic A Star Is Born, which Lady Gaga made and Bradley Cooper made years later.
Yeah.
But Donald Trump is Chris Christopherson, right? And Elon is Barbara Streisand. So it's the same poster for A Star Is Born. And I guess Donald Trump says, praises Elon Musk, declaring A Star Is Born. And this was numbered 15 of 25. So I bought this one on eBay for like $300.
Oh, wow.
And then got it slabbed. So now I'm asking like 500.
500, yeah.
So let's see if I get nibbles. But like I said, I've had other cards of yours, like the HUD hack, which I don't know if you all remember, is like about a year ago, pretty much almost exactly a year ago, they hacked into the HUD building in the Capitol in Washington, D.C. And they had like this like meme gif of Donald sucking on Elon's toes. Even though it was AI, he had 2 left toes.
Classic.
And everybody's like, I love it I would have that in display case. And let me tell you, if I had $1 for every photo that was taken, I'd be rich. We'd be going on a nice vacation right now. But it was a great lure to my table.
Right.
It was a great conversation piece that everybody would crack up. Even if you loved Donald, if you hated Donald, people thought this was hilarious. And at first they were like, is this custom? So I got it slabbed. So each time I would slab it, I could not sell it raw.
Right.
Once I got it slabbed, it wouldn't even last a day in my case.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh my God, this is a real event. Like, yeah. And on the back, I think he showed like a picture of the actual monitor in the HUD building.
That's like a perfect case where, slabbing a card is definitely going to add value to it. Or at least that's your experience.
It is, because people just don't know. They're not familiar with it. And but the thing is, gas cards is definitely growing, and a lot of people do.
Yeah, you're not going to see, and that's the other thing too, is you're not going to see any more of that type of stuff, the parody stuff, because we sort of had to stop doing that. And we thought, not to get into politics, but the only if there was a reason for me to be excited about Trump winning, was I was like, dude, the next 4 years of gas cards is going to be fun as shit, because I mean, like that to me is like some of like the funnest stuff we were doing, whether it was just like, like doing something like that, like parody, or just
When
doing
did y'all
some,
end that?
I think it was like around, like, I think one of the last cards might have been like, was it like the Elon, like
Okay.
when he did the when he threw his heart out to his fans.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you
no.
could have so many other ones. You could have like the cabinet meeting or his meeting with
Oh,
Zelensky.
dude! I mean, there were so
Or-
many. I mean, we would have like it would have been like insane.
Almost
like,
every single day, there's something.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would have got to the point where it would have just been so crazy. There was just so much. I mean,
I would have wanted the Melania like Christmas tree card, you
Yeah,
know,
I
like
mean, there
whatever
was so-
weird Christmas they would have done.
yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Melania, the movie cards.
Oh my gosh, yeah, totally.
Dude, I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's like nonstop. But
I feel like Melania is going to be turned into a Broadway musical one day with like a bunch of like drag queens. Play Melania like on Broadway.
I
yeah,
could see that. I could see
Yeah.
that.
And it'll be like a cult hit in the video.
yeah,
Because I really want, because I do this show called We the People where sometimes we watch Trump do speeches or anything political, and we get stoned, we watch it, and we do a live commentary.
Okay.
Yeah, it's brutal. Sometimes these speeches go on for 2.5 hours, and they're just like, they make no sense. But I would love to do that with Melania, but you would be copyrighted, so I wouldn't be able to broadcast that.
Right.
But I'd
Yeah.
like to go get stoned and go see Melania, and
Yeah,
then give it a
that'd be
review.
fun. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think it would be a fun disaster.
my
to
buddy's
watch.
brother did a bunch of the filming of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I mean, he said it was crazy.
I can imagine.
yeah.
Imagine making some trading cards.
Yeah, maybe, you never know. One day.
Oh, and then I remember, like, the only trading cards I never bought from you guys was because I just felt like a little freaked out, was the Diddy cards, the Puff Daddy.
Well, I don't know if the story on those are interesting because it took us a year for those to come out, because that's how long it took for him to get him signed.
Oh wow.
And I think the news dropped about him like 2 days after we dropped it.
Mhm. Yeah, right away.
So I think they basically sold out pretty much right away, and then we kind of just like, they were just sort of disappeared from existence.
And then, well, I saw a lot of the autographs on eBay after the indictment,
yeah,
and I was like, oh, they were pretty kind of affordable, like a few $100s. I could have
Yeah.
bought one for like numbered out of 40 for like 400.
and what are they going for now?
Oh well, I know what when the trial happened,
Yeah,
dude, they all like quadrupled in the amount
wow,
and selling. The trial made those cards red hot.
yeah.
And so I was like, but still, I was like,
Maybe when he
I
gets
can't
out
do
of
it.
jail, they'll have another bump.
Will he get out of jail?
I don't know.
I don't know, but they have the
He's having too
the
much fun in
50
there.
Cent docuseries, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it just seems like all these guys that have gotten caught, it's like, what can they really, I don't know. We'll see.
But
Maybe Trump will pardon him.
they tried, but
I'd
I
love
don't.
to
He's
see
like,
that.
even Trump's like, I don't know, but I don't know that guy.
Well, we
There's
still,
a lot of
we
guys-
still have three. We still have
That's a
3
whole
more
nother
years.
episode.
Oh man, 3 more.
That's a whole nother
Yeah.
episode. But definitely, I liked what did really well too. I had like the Jenny cards, like a lot of your K-pop stuff has done very good.
Yeah, you
The-
want to
the
tell me the
Cat's Eye
cat's eye
cards.
stuff that came out?
Oh, that's crazy, man. Like I didn't even know those existed, and
Oh yeah, let's just show this real quick.
and
'cause I
the
thought it was
reason,
interesting.
the only reason I found these, I didn't even know these existed from
Put them up
Gas.
to the camera.
This is Cat's Eye, and they're pretty much. I guess they came also from a reality show too. which
Yeah, I don't
did
know
not
too much about them.
But these are the band. They're pretty much a made like K-pop style band made in the USA with a very diverse group, but the same concept as K-pop. I mean,
And so those are all rookie cards.
These are all yes, and
Those
I
are good
know
looking
that
cards.
I know that you have autographs out of these too
Yeah.
that come in these cards, and also like
And then you said
rare
you
numbered
paid
variations.
$100 for the pack,
Yeah, it cost $100 for this pack.
but not when it was retail. What was that retail like?
I have no clue, man.
Oh.
And all I got a one of like Sophia or whatever her name is out of like 40. It was a
Yeah,
black.
but
Sophia,
I didn't even realize that those were going for so much until you told me about them the other
Well,
day. So I
'cause-
was like looking them up. And
Well,
I was
since
like,
I was
damn.
selling all this stuff, because when you set all that stuff out, if you display it, they will come, right?
Yeah.
People come to either sell that to you or ask you to have something else that gives you a brain fart. Like, so people come up to me left and right, especially with their kids. They'll buy my Taylor Swift, my Sabrina Carpenter cards. And they're like, do you have any cat's eye? And I'm like, I don't know if they have cards yet.
Yeah.
So I go back home, I get on my laptop and I start searching. And sure enough, there they, I was like, Jesus Christ, it's Gas Macy's cards.
Yeah.
Like, I never knew it. Like, I missed the boat on these big time.
Well, it was one of those things where I probably heard it. I probably didn't even know who Cat's Eye was. So
exactly.
I was
Me
just
too.
like, oh,
either.
okay, whatever.
Yeah. But now they're on fire. I think they have a huge hit called Gnarly. But your Jenny cards, like I opened those and right away I pulled an autographed card.
Here's someone. This is a card I found today. I was going to give it to Ronnie.
That's some drum and bass.
This is someone who's not in the Epstein files.
Goldie is definitely not in the Epstein files.
Here you go, Ronnie.
Did you type it in? Did you go to the Epstein site?
No, but I doubt
in?
Goldie is in there. But yeah, Goldie had signed cards in the 007
Yeah,
set.
weird, random,
Yeah, that was
villain
one of
guy.
those ones that I found. I bought two of them, so that's why I gave you one.
Oh, thanks.
Well, no, I
I'm
bought
gonna
two of
grade
them.
this one.
I bought two of them when
Authenticated.
when I found them because I thought to me that's like a hidden gem, right? Like
No,
because not many
definitely.
people
I
really
didn't
know
know it
who
existed.
Goldie is, and then the fact
Exactly.
that he signed cards in a
DJ.
set, yeah, DJ,
Yeah.
A producer, yeah.
Legendary.
legendary
Triple
producer. So
See,
you
I
said
had to get the Sheena Easton one.
Sheena Easton.
I'll take
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah,
what
that
was
good
she?
one.
What was she in?
She's in the James Bond cards
Oh,
too.
she is?
Yeah, because of her song.
Yeah, For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, For Your Eyes Only.
Oh man,
And I had a huge Sheena Easton crush.
Really?
Oh, yeah, she's gorgeous.
that's
Beautiful
a good
Scott.
one. That's a good one.
Yeah. But again, like when I'm displaying all that stuff, I meet people like you guys, and then people bring me other stuff that I'm like, never knew even existed.
Right.
Did you buy any of the Kim Kardashian cards?
I sure did. You kidding me? I'm buying everything gas right now.
Good.
Do I get a commission?
Oh, dude, I
I'm
told you,
kidding,
I'm
I'm
a
kidding.
minority owner.
Oh, okay. It's like, oh,
You know,
but-
my last name's Rivera.
yes, I know.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I mean, it's true, but that's a dumb joke.
But anyway, I bought those because, she looks great on it. And I know those will be money to sell.
Yeah, I mean, the sign
Regardless
was. I
if
mean,
I Pull or
it's,
don't pull an auto.
Yeah, I was happy with it. I mean, I didn't see that was but it was a good card.
Yeah. And I think I just pulled the pace. I just bought the Peso Pluma cards, pulled an autograph.
Oh yeah,
out
didn't
of
you
it.
just sell a Peso Pluma auto?
Yeah, I did a cash trade. I traded. The guy gave me a Drake May card because he did his homework. He looked on my Instagram and he knew that one of the few sports cards that I'm buying is Drake May because he went to North Carolina. He's a Tar Heel like me, and he gave me a $500 Drake card and like $500 cash.
It's pretty
and,
good.
And then I just recently bought the Aerosmith Youngblood cards. If everybody saw Youngblood, I already have tickets to see him at the Greek in May.
Oh
Because my
damn!
fiance loves Youngblood. She loved when he did the cover version of Changes at the Ozzy Osbourne final show.
Right.
And he won a Grammy now.
And he won a Grammy with one of my buddies who collaborated on that, who was a keyboardist. And I opened those. Those arrived last night. I did some content video on it, and I pulled some like really cool stuff. Like this is like the base card here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you have to buy the cracked ice separately, right? Because a lot of times for you guys,
Bling bling.
y'all have like a 5.
It's usually better odds, and it's usually better odds to get an autograph.
in the cracked ice.
Yeah, because there's only
They
75
do
of
exist. I haven't
There's like 6,
300 of these cracked
Okay.
ice.
Yeah, because I think there's usually
So
like
they're like
6
80.
to 9.
I've
Like,
never
less
put
than
an
100.
auto out of the cracked ice. I didn't even know they existed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, usually the cracked dice you have the better odds of getting an auto because of it's not a
But the-
unlimited amount.
But then they usually cost like what, 50, 75 bucks? or
yeah, you
something?
definitely have to spend more though.
Yeah.
And then here I got lucky and pulled an
Ooh.
auto out of 30. So this is just Youngblood, not
No, not Steven Tyler.
Steven
or,
Tyler and Joe
Joe
Perry.
I think so.
Yeah, Joe Perry. It's just Youngblood. But he has a sold out show at the Greek. So I was like, okay, this guy's getting pretty famous right now.
Yeah.
From that. I was really excited. I showed that to my fiance. She loves Youngblood. And then I pulled something weird that I didn't even know y'all did. And I was like, at first I even felt the packet, the box or whatever, the package it was in, and it felt a lot heavier than the other ones and a little thicker. And it was a patch.
Oh, wow.
And they said this is a flag that
It was flown over Capitol Records.
Yeah, that was of Youngblood and Aerosmith. Of One More Time. That whole
I didn't know y'all did swatches.
Yeah, I mean we've been working on it. And
that's great.
Yeah,
and they're a little thicker too, a little heavier.
Yeah.
Relic cards.
Yeah,
the One Touch is really nice, and it's kind of like a matted black.
Yeah, I was telling you that the first Youngblood card, there was a relic of what's her name, Florence
Pugh.
Florence Pugh. I guess she was in the Youngblood video wearing like these pink angel wings.
I have to be on the search for that now.
So there's relic cards of the costume she wore in the video in the first round of Youngblood cards.
See, I learned something new. I never knew this existed until Greg told me.
Yeah, that's something to look for.
Okay,
because I don't even know if people. Because you should look. Because I don't even know if people, like, if they don't know that she wore it. Because that adds, I think, even more value.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
For all the pervs out there.
I mean, just collectors, pervs, all those people.
Right?
Yeah.
No, if it's definitely game worn then, or acting
if it was
worn.
the actual video, I mean, that's important.
I know.
It's not just a cut. I mean, there's that whole controversy, remember, of like people just like, they'd have the people put on the jersey for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I
just
know,
so
right?
they could cut it and say it was like worn by the player, so.
They do that over and over and over again. I never understand the concept until I started doing shows, because I think a lot of times I bought some cards that were like manufactured patches.
Yeah.
Right.
And I didn't understand the difference of them until someone explained.
Who was talking about, who had the Snoop Dogg blunt relic card? Or
well, that was something I thought would have been cool to make.
What would it be?
No, remember when, Ski, his company, does authentication, like when he did that sale with Snoop Dogg, they sold his blunt roach by itself. Did you know that?
No. And what happened?
So he smoked a blunt during the live broadcast, and then they sold the roach.
That exact roach.
Right. And I think it went for like $2,000 or $1,000. So I was saying, though, it would have been cool if at the time, because I remember I had a meeting with Ski not so long after that, and I was saying, oh, man, it would have been cool if it could have been a gas card, and we could have put the blunt in a gas card and sold it like that.
Oh, my gosh.
And I thought,
amazing.
I thought that would be such a cool idea, but it just...
It seems like
so
lot
it's more
of
just like a fantasy.
Though.
Maybe not. I mean, if like you could sell the blunt, I mean, I guess you could sell a blunt in a card.
I feel like things like that, like the $16.5 million Pokemon illustrator, it's basically like that kid who bought the
Cheeto that looks like a Charizard.
The Cheeto, but again, or the duct taped banana from last year.
Oh, geez.
Well, that's what I said. It's becoming, but see, like, but then, that's why I'm saying it's becoming the art world, where the art world is a whole other beast. And, it's like, once and it's like, I think most people understand, a lot of that is so much manipulation, but like, to me, it's like, that's just where things are going. So it's like, if you want to if you're in the business, it should make you happy. But I think it should also you should also have a little kind of knot in your stomach regardless. And if you don't, then maybe you just care about money, which is okay.
Or is it just a bunch of rich people just giving you the middle finger to the art world?
No, to the art world, no.
You don't say
no. They're just
I have money.
No. They're just.
I can waste my money on $16 million.
No. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, because the whole reason the art world is so much, it's the same machine. You know what I mean? It's like, it's giving people like, no, this is important because of this. And the importance starts to be the value of it. And the more valuable it is, whether, it's good or not, I mean, is always relative, right? Because it's art, but is it good, marketable material? Is where like the good part comes, it's like, could we, or the fact that, people know that people put money into art to avoid taxes, right? Because you can
There
you can
you go.
put, you can buy a piece of art for $60 million and you could put it in like a vault, in like one of those vaults where it's like international waters or something, So it's just gonna, that's what I'm saying. So Mr. Wonderful getting on TV and saying that it's a new asset class means he's basically, saying to like all the rich people out there, hey, here's something new you can like you can throw all your money in so you don't have to pay taxes, or you can, I mean, look, I'm being obviously like a little, I'm not saying that's what he's saying, but
No,
I'm
I know.
saying, if you're saying, it's really saying, hey, rich people, you can come into the market. So I guess that's where you have to kind of look at things and you have to decide, like, is that a good thing or not? I mean, it seems like people hate billionaires, right? Until they become a billionaire. So it's just that thing where it's like, you should be happy about it, but you should also feel a little sick about it. I think if you're like a decent person and you're in the hobby, quote unquote, or like you're a collector or whatever Ken Golden said, like if you're a collector, if you're this, you're that, you should be happy. Yeah, you should be happy, but you know what? You should also have a little knot in your stomach, because it is kind of gross, the whole commodification of like anything that's like supposed to be fun, like a card game for kids.
I know, right?
This is
exactly.
literally for like little kids. Like the reason that like guys like me or Ronnie didn't get into it, or even you, is because it's like, dude, I graduated I was like in college when like Pokemon came out. Like, who was playing Pokemon?
I'd already moved to LA.
Right, and people's like, who was playing Pokemon? Like elementary school children.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like so you have it going from like a children's game to like, like a guy like beating his chest that's in like world wrestling, and another guy who's like, the most important thing is like about how much something sells for. And that, and look, again, nothing's wrong with that, but like, to me, that's not why a lot of people do this. And so it's always hard to like, you don't want to be the outside hater that's like, oh, fuck just like F the corporations. But, you can be the guy that's like, look, yeah, I'm happy because it's going to make everyone more money. But, it is a little like, I am throwing up in my mouth a little bit.
That's how I felt too. That's why I never got into it, because I see these YouTube videos go viral where there's men like our ages, in our age bracket area, that are going to Costco,
like, oh my God,
or these vending machines, and they're fighting they're fist fighting over
or they're
Pokemon
like,
cards.
or they're opening the pack. They're like, oh, I just pulled a Pedozard.
Yeah,
a joke.
I feel like a pedo.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it, but I'm saying it. It's like kind of like, it is kind of ridiculous, right? And it's this idea of like, I don't know. I just don't know if it's a genuine thing either.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if people,
like, at least I could say at one point, hey, I like to collect Garbage Pail Kids or Star Wars, because at one point,
what do you want to do? You want to end it? He wants to end it.
I'm just
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm trying to be tactful and not talk about it, but thanks for doing that. So,
Ronnie wants to end it.
So
I'm just showing you. I'm just showing you the time
I'll
and
just
letting
lapse
you
up.
control it.
So the thing is, at least if I collect Garbage Pail Kids, I can go back and buy it, because at one point when I was a kid, I collected Garbage Pail Kids, not Pokemon.
Yeah, same with me. And that's why I think we all
That's
went
my
back.
conclusion.
But yeah, we kind of went over. So
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's my fault. But glad to have you on.
Thank you very much for having me.
What's the next show he's going to be at?
I'm going to be at the LA Sports Card Expo. That's going to be at Woodland Hills. Not this weekend, the weekend after. That's going to be at the Marriott at the Warner Center at Woodland Hills. It's a Saturday and Sunday show. Really good. Going to have a lot of Pokemon, but it gets packed in there, and it's a really good show. There's some really good dealers. It's a small show, but it's very popular.
I guess that's a good thing about being a non-sports dealer mostly, is you can fit in both, really. Because you always have wrestling, and that's a sport.
Well, thank God they considered wrestling real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one
Thank
considers
God.
it real.
But I can also take that over to the non-sport side too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it is theater, but it's also acrobatics.
But
and sportsmanship.
I'm just mostly music and wrestling these days when I go to these shows.
Yeah. You want to show off your Prince rookie before we go?
Oh yeah, this is before we go, guys. So I wore Prince, and this is my official rookie Prince card from 1979, Warner Brothers.
And you got a 4.
And well, that was the first card I ever bought.
No, I'm saying that's a tough. I got one too.
The
Mine's a
highest
1.
grade, the highest pop is an 8.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a tough card to get a high.
Yeah, because these are I think the same people who made these are the same people who made the 82 Wrestling All Stars cards.
Yeah.
Because they came in Saran wrap.
Yeah.
And people had no clue these would one day be worth something.
Yeah.
I've never seen a set completed. I've never seen like abundance of them at shows. I've gone to national.
Yeah.
One day when I retire, I'm going to try to make this set.
I have, I have a good amount of them. You can buy them from me.
Well, let's after the show, let's go look at them. Then.
Well, I don't know where they are. But
Oh,
I'll have
okay.
to
Well,
find
I
them.
was just trying to, make. Well, one day let's get together.
Yeah, no. When
Let's
I
try to make
find
it
them, though,
happen.
I'll sell you my doubles. So.
Let's do it, man. Because
All right, yeah.
that's my retirement goal. Is when I retire, I'm going to make that set.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Get them all slabbed, and then you can be part of their whole
Registry.
registry. Yeah. It's a good set, man. It's a really tough set.
It is really
is,
hard.
yeah.
Like I said, I've gone over
It
the
also has
national
ZZ
walk
Tops, not ZZ Tops, but ZZ
Yeah,
Top.
ZZ Top.
They have their rookie in there too.
and Fleetwood Mac
Yeah.
and Talking Heads, which I do. I have a PSA 9 of it,
Nice.
the highest pop on that one, and then Steve Martin and Donna Summer.
It's a huge set.
Yeah, and a lot more. Neil Young's in there. Bob Marley too. Big ones.
Cool.
So let's go do it one day, okay?
All right. Warner Brothers 79 set.
Yes.
Tough set. All right. Cool. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
This weekend, Pasadena Rare Book Show. Greg will be there. I'll put the info up. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. We'll see you next week.
next week.
Peace out, guys.